WWE absolutely shocked wrestling fans with the Wyatt Sicks debut. Maybe they're alive, maybe they're not. And we actually have some details on what WWE are planning with the Wyatt Sicks. We also have some news on CM Punk, Drew McIntyre. Sorry Drew, I know Drew McIntyre is shaking right now. Didn't mean to mention Punk before you, just a coincidence. And also Goldberg. I have some good news, people. I want one more match! Oh my god, Goldberg, that is such great news for every Goldberg fan out there. The fans? I'm coming back for my baby! Gage! I like Bret Hart more anyway. People, it's fair to say this is the return episode of Greatness of Wrestling, where we talk about the latest WWE news, rumors, so make sure to subscribe, click that notification bell. I've heard if this video doesn't get 4,000 likes, Goldberg will have a rematch against The Undertaker. Don't like this video for yourself. Like it for the people. Welcome back to Greatness of Wrestling. How are my people doing today? So I thought about this for such a long time. The format is going to change, obviously, but with so much going on in the WWE right now, I felt like it's time. It's time for me to make more content, and it just happens to be that with so many WWE news going on, I find myself wanting to talk about something going on in the WWE, whether it's news, the rumors, so why don't we just do that? And I want to start with the Wyatt Sicks. Six? Wyatt 5? Okay, hear me out. I called my previous video Wyatt Sicks with a number, but apparently that's not necessarily the name. It was probably supposed to be, but like we don't have 6 members. It's 5. So the official name, well, not official yet. I don't think Uncle Howdy signed any contracts. I don't think he has a lawyer. Would be pretty surprising. Apparently they're called Wyatt Sicks, as in they're sick, and by looking at Chad Gable, I think the name checks out. I really think so. Now before we jump into the news, let's get into the details of this faction. I'm gonna tell you all the members and what they represent in the Firefly Funhouse. So basically, Uncle Howdy is Bo Dallas. He's Uncle Howdy. We've seen him before. This is Eric Rowan, and he's actually Rambling Rabbit. Nikki Cross is Abby the Witch. Joe Gacy is Huskies the Pig. And Dexter Loomis is the Buzzard. Again, just like with Bray Wyatt, you gotta look into the details. After you watch an episode of Raw, you may feel a certain way, but you just gotta rewatch that shit, find any clues, and the story can actually even change, right? I was honestly shocked by the ending of Monday Night Raw. I mean, just like I've said, you can't just next week say, welcome to Monday Night Raw. The first match is a 6-man tag team. No, this changed the WWE. Right? Like, this has to be involved in most of the storylines. Like, this has to change everything. My first question being, is everybody, I don't want to say okay, alive? More like alive, yeah. I mean, Triple H has to be there, right? Or he just ran away like a coward. Oh, Triple H. I was protecting the business. You're protecting your ass. Fightful Select says Wyatt Sicks Group will have an impact on multiple storylines and be involved in various programs going forward. That's what I was talking about. They have to be involved in pretty much everything. Like, WWE roster needs to be scared shitless, because now it's not just a wrestling program. There are serial killers running around. Holy shit. And it's crazy how we're watching WWE, we're excited about this storyline, that storyline. All of a sudden, one episode of Raw changes everything, the whole landscape of the WWE. Now, SmackDown is not gonna be involved, I don't think so. But when it comes to Raw, I'm interested in what we're going to get. My pitch was the Wyatt family, Wyatt Sicks, whatever you want to call them, we don't know the actual name yet, versus the WWE. Heels, faces uniting because, well, they don't want to die, I guess. I don't know. I don't know for how long CM Punk is going to be in the WWE with this kind of environment. I'm old, I'm tired, and I'm working with Sicks. Imagine the Nexus on steroids, right? When WWE had the Nexus angle, faces and heels united because there was a danger in the WWE. Again, this is the same thing on steroids. Instead of hitting someone a little bit more aggressively with a steel chair, they kill you. They game end you. They also say everyone within WWE was really happy with the outcome of the big debut and thrilled by the reaction from the live crowd. That is an understatement. I believe not only the live crowd, everybody on the internet loved this shit. Well, whether you liked it, not, you're talking about this. Like, this was effective. Even personally, I uploaded my Monday Night Raw review. I was blown away by the amount of views. Not to brag or anything like that, that's not the point. I'm saying that, you know, whenever we have a great Monday Night Raw, obviously a lot of people tune in. I basically got Raw after WrestleMania numbers, which was crazy, and it's telling me that people are into this, and I love this so much because now I can't wait for Raw. I gotta watch Monday Night Raw. I felt the same way with the last week because of Drew McIntyre, but now I just gotta see what the hell is going to happen? Like, this is going to be a different WWE. It has to be. Also, according to Fightful Select's report on the Wyatt Sicks, both the victims of Uncle Howdy's group and the talents who left Monday Night Raw before their attack were calculated, planned, and designed for specific reasons. Next week, funeral of Chad Gable, I guess. I don't know. But this is interesting. Love this shit. I wonder what the reasons are for people who actually left. Is it just because they don't want them to get involved in the storyline, or they're gonna be called cowards or something along those lines? And I'm interested in why are they targeting, for example, Chad Gable specifically. He's a heel, and they're heels too. It's really interesting. And I can't think of any reason why would Bray Wyatt personally, Bray's character, would have a problem with Chad Gable. So, you know, we have more questions than answers, but that's why it's interesting. And to end this part of the video, Adam Pearce's Twitter account got hacked. X. It's X now. Which, you know, sounds like I'm about to see a lot of dingly-donglies. And, well, that is actually saying a lot. What it tells me is that they're trying to take control over Monday Night Raw. Adam Pearce is the general manager, and the Wyatt Sicks want to control the WWE. They want to, you know, destroy the system, basically. I don't know what it is, but hopefully it's going to lead to something big. I want this to change I want something like Triple H coming to the ring, talking to the entire WWE roster who are still alive, and telling them, we need to unite and take care of this. Let's talk about CM Punk. CM Punk is going to be on Friday Night SmackDown, which is something I'm very, very excited about. I expect him to make fun of Drew McIntyre. Oh, you pussy, you left the WWE, you're a coward. WrestleVote says, CM Punk's official return date within WWE was set for the end of July, at least of last week's Raw roster sheet. The belief, apparently, is he likely won't be ready for Money in the Bank, but will be cleared in time for SummerSlam. I don't see a reason for CM Punk to wrestle at Money in the Bank. Honestly, Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk is a match you have at SummerSlam. This is the most interesting rivalry in professional wrestling at the moment right now, in my opinion at least, and we didn't even have a match yet. So SummerSlam is the time to do it. Unfortunately, not for a championship. Well, people have mixed opinions. Some people are saying this match doesn't need a championship. I agree. I just want to see CM Punk as a champion somewhere down the line. I don't know. But now it's CM Punk returning to Chicago on SmackDown. What I do expect is Drew McIntyre taking a short break and CM Punk calling him out every single week, calling him a coward. Until eventually, when we get that SummerSlam build, Drew McIntyre is making his return, attack CM Punk in a very big moment, and we get this rivalry, you know, continuing. Now let's talk about Drew McIntyre. Pro Wrestling Insider Elite notes that Drew McIntyre was given high praise within WWE for his professionalism over the Clash at the Castle weekend. Considering his wife had to have emergency surgery, that is huge, man. Like, huge respect for Drew McIntyre, also huge respect for Damian Priest. Drew McIntyre is still doing his job, also appearing on Raw while his wife was having surgery and all that. That is professionalism. You know, gotta love Drew McIntyre, and hopefully everything is okay. I also want to give some praise for the match itself. I felt like this was the best Damian Priest match so far. I don't know, people have mixed opinions. I absolutely love this. And of course, we gotta talk about the spot. So initially, I thought this was a spot. I didn't think it was real. Obviously, that was, again, stupid of me, just like I've said in my previous video, but I love how Drew McIntyre absolutely saved it. Damien continued to wrestle. It's not necessarily news or anything like that, but I just wanted to say huge respect for both competitors. Finally, people, I want to talk about Goldberg.
Me?
Yes, you.
Can you talk about my son?
No point of doing that.
But it's Gage!
Yeah, so? We all know the rivalry between Goldberg and Bret Hart. Goldberg cost Bret Hart his career when he hit him in the head for real with a super kick. Now, I watched the Death of WCW documentary, which is really good. You probably know all the information already, but, you know, it's just so interesting hearing other perspectives and shit. So I felt like it was really, really good, and I can't wait for the next episode. Now, Goldberg is an asshole. Like, that was my biggest takeaway. I get that Bret Hart is holding on to it for such a long time, and Goldberg apologized and all that, but he just comes off as such an asshole in everything he says, and that's so unfortunate. You know, I want to like Goldberg, but It's really hard.
The Bret Hart thing, it just saddens me as a human being. That's all. First and foremost, I would never wish ill upon any opponent or anyone like that. To have an accident like that happen and end someone's career, especially someone who's one of the best that ever was, 100% it sucks. I'm not asking anybody to understand. I'm just saying, leave me alone, dude.
And he just goes on and on about how he apologized and all that, and he's kinda right, but everything he says is just so weird. Like, remember that time he said,
my streak was broken by some Japanese girl, Asuka.
And my favorite quote is Goldberg saying,
I love you, Bret. Don't be such a prick.
How heartwarming. I love you guys. Thank you for watching my videos, you fucking pricks. Now, Goldberg actually wants to have another match. In this interview, he kept talking about how he had that promise from Vince McMahon, and Vince promised him a lot of things.
I would absolutely love to have that final match. I would. Am I good on having it? Yeah. I'm fine with it. But it would be neat to have it.
For what, really? I mean, I wouldn't necessarily cry about it, but how? What storyline, what match could get you excited about Goldberg right now? I don't think there is a single match in the WWE. Oh, Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker beats the shit out of Goldberg, and yeah.
But think about the kid's great one.
That's what he said when he beat Bray Wyatt, the Fiend. No, obviously I'm just joking around. If that match happens, cool. Do I necessarily crave it? Not necessarily. And that's all I got for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode of Greatness of Wrestling, which is glorified news and rumors show. Like, we're just talking about shit that happened. Instead of making 59 videos, I can have this long video talking about everything that is happening in the WWE. So hopefully you enjoy. A lot more content is coming. Like, you guys noticed, my content is so different right now. Like the Shield video, Pandemic video, theme songs, all that shit. And they're better videos than what you're watching right now. It just takes a lot more time to edit and stuff. So this is not leaving. These videos are going to be my primary focus. And Reddit is coming back. Probably. I'll talk about it later. Thank you for watching this video, the great one. Peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.